Welcome to City Skylines. My name is Ben and I'm an urban geographer. Today, three-part series. First part is we're going to be going for a ride on the extended metro line. Second part is we'll be looking at the new industry I've set up, which is the ore industry. And the third part is the extension of the residential with Parnell and Franklin District, both designed to serve the downtown and the industrial areas. So then, let's cut straight into the chase. And let's go into first person view while talking over some mechanics of the city. Just quickly, as a refresher, Metro Line 1, 18 stops. We're using the budget variation, so it goes up and down as required. We're only setting it small for now. As demand picks up, we'll go to the larger 810s. But basically it's still the 24-hour model, but adjusting for some peaks along the way. So, let's get this show on the road, shall we? So again, this is using the Metro Overhaul mod, and we're using the classic version. You've got the modern version, which is concrete, and the classic version, which is steel, wood and brick. As you can tell, as I said in earlier streams for the Metro Hall, it gives you real life renderings of the underground and above ground. So we'll just get this show on the road. And the island, and you also see the different island platforms used. In this case, an island platform. You'll see some side platforms, some express platforms, and a big 4 platform unit when we eventually get to the city centre. So last night in the city building, we were focusing on extending the residential area because there's still high residential demand, and as well as establishing an ore industry, which means we've now got farming or agriculture. We've got, and horticulture, we've now got an ore industry set up. Next will be forestry, and then finally oil. So the 4 big industries that were both in the vanilla game and extended into the industries DLC will be fully utilised. And look at that, it's about 10:30 on a Tuesday morning, and the metro line's only just reopened after its extension, and we've got passengers. Lots of passengers. So we'll just pop out. So this is inside the super centre that I've built, which is an out of centre retail. 70 people, not bad. You can actually see the people, if I come down real tight, you can see them all running around doing their thing. So this metro line is obviously proving to be a great hit. And we'll get going again. So we're carrying 70, so we're already pretty busy in the daytime. The real-time mod is enabled, which enables rush hours, weekends, events, schools, lunches, shopping, second shifts, night shifts, but also disables construction at night time unless you've enabled it, which I don't. It also means a lot more buildings have their lights turned off at night, which is a good old-fashioned power saving. So the real time, coupled with things like Transport Line Manager, the realistic population mod, and a few other bells and whistles, bring your city skyline city into pretty high-end realism, as you could go for or an amateur simulator without having to pay megabucks to go into a professional one, which is can be available but costs thousands to license. Just realizing, because this metro line is a little bit longer and the stream is restricted to 10 minutes around, that this could be in 2 parts. Yeah, this will definitely be in 2 parts, but hey, we do first person view, so it's all good. So at the moment, the metro line has just passed under Layton City Centre, one of two city centres in this twin city urban island model. It's now making its way to the downtown and the East End. The second metro line that will be built once the city centre is established, I'll use the modern version, so you will see how that will play out, how that will look different above and below ground. More passengers as we come into the downtown. So we just show you where we are. So the downtown, which is currently underway, all the buses running around. Ooh, at the moment there is a lot of car traffic. That is from the sheer fact that there is a lot of new residential being built, and when you have the initial building, the residents come in by car, then they will either keep the car or switch to transit or cycling, depending on what's available. Now I've just got to watch these. This is telling me that we haven't got enough goods coming into the stores. That could be stemming from the bus lanes not allowing the trucks to come in, or the fact industry has just not caught up yet to supply the goods, which is more likely to be the case. So it will take a couple of game days to work it out, because you can see the goods trucks are coming, but the industry needs to catch up, and we actually have picked up a slight industrial demand. So it'll take time to come through for the logistics chain to sort itself out, but it will eventually get it. That's what happens when you do use the Rico to plop down buildings rather than using the game's algorithm to do growing organically. It can throw the mechanics a little bit out initially. So we're at the Smithson Avenue station. In fact, what I'll probably do after we do the metro run is I'll just probably see where these cars are going and see if it is indeed the residents, or indeed the transit system's not set up properly. Even using the run ahead model, build your infrastructure ahead model, it's not perfect straight up the bat, so it can need some route adjustments along the way. Typically in the feeders, sometimes you have the more expensive having to readjust tracks, but that's extremely rare. So it might be just a case of just adjusting the feeders or plopping down a few new feeders between rapid transit lines. Once we reach the end station here, we'll go into part 2 of it running back. And I'll have it also slightly sped up as well, so we could just get through it a little bit quicker. Oh, we've actually still got one more station to go. This will be the Parnell station, then we've got the Franklin station. So with that, we'll go into part 2.